Hey everybody, and welcome to the channel. Today we are talking basic email marketing metrics. That's right, nothing fancy, just the bare minimum that you should understand so that you know how your email marketing campaigns are performing. Now, I'm Amy. I am a 20+ year digital marketing veteran, and it is my job to help you get the most out of your digital channels while spending the least amount of money. Now, let's jump into basic email marketing metrics. Before we jump in, I just want to put this disclaimer out there. I get this a lot. There are many email metrics that you can pay attention to, especially if you are an email automation expert. But this video really is for that beginner email marketing automation person or that beginner email marketer who just wants to get their feet wet in it and understand the basic performance of their campaigns. So there are 7 metrics that we are going to go over today that I think will help you in understanding the performance of your email marketing campaign. Now again, these are basic metrics. These are all things that you probably will find on your email marketing dashboard when you log into your email service provider. Now the first one is open rate. That's usually the one that stands right up at the top when you start looking at your dashboard. And you usually have 2 open rate metrics on that dashboard. You have your regular general open rate and then you have your unique open rate. Now, what is the difference between them? Now, your general open rate is your total sends divided by your total opens. So this can be very high because let's say I am on your email list and I open your email 3 or 4 times throughout the day because I like the content in it or I want to refer back to a sale that you are having. It's going to count that open every single time. So that is your general open rate. Now, your unique open rate will probably be much lower because that is unique opens divided by unique sends. So even if I open that email 4 times, it's only going to count that open once. So the one that I like to pay attention to the most is unique open rate because it gives me a better sense of how many people that I sent to actually was interested in the content I sent. The next metric you'll come through on your dashboard is probably click-through rate. And there will probably be 3 different types of click-through rates that you're going to see on that dashboard. You'll see unique click rate, you'll see general click rate, and then you'll see click to open rate. Now, let's break down which each one of these click-through rates is and which one you should probably pay attention to the most. Now, the first one you'll probably come to is that generic click-through rate, which is just like that generic open rate. So it is the total number of clicks divided by the total number of sends. So again, if I continuously click throughout that email, if I clicked 4 times, it's going to count all 4 of those clicks in that percentage rate. So that's the one I usually don't pay too much attention to if I want to know how the email performed just right out the gate. The next one is your unique click-through rate, and this is the one that I pay attention to much more than that generic click-through rate because again, it is unique clicks divided by total sends. So what's going on here is that I can click on that email 10 times, but it's only going to count it once. So it gives you, I think, a better understanding of how the content is performing, and I think it takes out a lot of those scrolling clicks that you'll usually get. Because when I see someone that clicked through 10 or 12 times, a lot of times I think, oh, well, they probably had a mishap with scrolling and their finger just kept hitting the picture, which kept bouncing them out to whatever content I was trying to direct them to. So I pay much more attention to that unique click-through rate. Now, the last click-through rate that you'll probably see is the click-to-open rate. And this one is very important, I think, because this actually shows you how interested your subscribers were in the content that you were pushing out, because your click to open rate is going to tell you of all the people who opened your email, what percentage of people actually clicked on something in that email. So it's a very good indicator of how interested your recipients were in the content you were pushing out to them. The last 2 metrics you want to make sure you pay attention to are bounce rate and unsubscribe rate. Now, a bounce is when your email service provider tried to deliver the email to your recipient but was unable to, either because the email address was no more good, their inbox was full, and so on and so forth. So this is on the user's end. This is not on your end. But what this metric can tell you is how good of a list you have. If you have a very high bounce rate, that means you probably have a lot of junk emails, which is probably affecting your deliverability of the rest of your list. Because if you have a lot of junk emails, you will be looked at as a spammer and you will not show up in the correct email boxes. You'll show up in spam instead of in that primary in Gmail, or even the promotions folder in Gmail. You want to land in, really want to be in the primary, but if you can land in the promotions, you're good. Nobody wants to be in spam. So keep track of that metric, because if not, you can really do some damage to your email sender score. Now let's talk about unsubscribe rate. Unsubscribe rate is one that you really need to keep track of, because this is going to tell you whether or not the people you're sending to are actually interested in the content that you're pushing out to them. Unsubscribe rate is a good indicator of if your content is actually resonating. So if you send your email out and you have a very high unsubscribe rate, then your targeting might be off, the content that you're sending might be off. These people just aren't interested in what you're selling. So you should stop pushing that type of information to them. So it's very important that you pay attention to this, because again, it's an indicator of how interested your audience is in the content you are pushing out to them. If you keep track of these 7 basic metrics, you'll have a very good understanding of how your email campaigns are performing. As you grow within your email knowledge and within your marketing automation knowledge, then you can start to tackle some of the other metrics that are available to you through your email dashboard. But if you're just starting out, I would focus on these 7 metrics so that you can get a better understanding of your email campaign's performance. Now, if you like this video and you want more like it, please hit the like and subscribe button. We thank you for watching, and we hope to see you next time.